So when we left off, you had created your NoodleTools project. I can see right here that this is my 1950s project. And now it's time for me to go research, find some sources, and start taking some notes. So I'm going to keep NoodleTools open in a tab right here. And I'm also going to have open this library class projects for the 1950s website. The best sources for this project are on Gale Virtual Reference Library. And if you're using this at home, you can log in from home using the name of our school mascot in the singular form, no S at the end. And what Gale Virtual Reference Library is a collection of reference books, kind of like, almost like textbooks on a particular topic or nonfiction books. The easiest way to go through and find stuff for your project is to type in 1950s, and then there are a number 1,700 or so results. And what you need to do is to narrow down within publication title. A lot of the most relevant things will come up towards the top, but you'll see here, if I expand on publication title, that we've got numerous publications, some that are very focused on the 1950s. So Bowling, Beatniks, and Bell Bottoms is about pop culture in the 1920s. This is great for the social aspect, but for the other two, economic and political as well, because it's all part of the same thing. Another one that's awesome that you won't see right away here are the UXL American Decades. And you can remember all of this stuff while you're researching because I've highlighted them here on our library page. And the other one that actually is surprisingly good for this project is the Fashion, Costume, and Culture Reference Library. So you'll find a lot here, especially about how the social climate of the 1950s shaped fashion and what people were into. But my starting point for this, no thanks. My starting point for this is going to actually be to look through this UXL American Decades publication. So when I use that menu here on the right, I'm narrowing down my search results just to within that volume of reference works. And now I can see here there's stuff on the 1950s education, sports, lifestyles and social trends, science and technology. Let's skip ahead for economy. If I wanted to use this, the 1950s business and economy, what I've got is essentially a chapter from a reference book. And as you can see, this requires a good deal of reading, which is really what research is, reading and finding out what's interesting to you that you would like to reshare. So I would spend some time reading before you decide to use it as a source. Just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes at most. And once you decide that this is a source that you would like to use, the next step is going to be to add it to your NoodleTools sources list, to that project. So GVRL makes this extremely easy. You click on Citation Tools, and we're already set up automatically to MLA 8th edition, which is what we want. And then we're going to simply tell it to export to NoodleTools. And if you already have your project set up, which hopefully you do, you can select from this list which project you're adding this source to. I have 1950s open, so it automatically went to that one. This is what the citation would look like based on the preferences I set up. If you see anything wrong, you can always change it right here. But it looks good to me, so I am going to click on Import References. Right here it tells me it was successfully exported to my project. And back here on NoodleTools, when I go under my sources now and refresh that page, I can see this is the first source that I've added here. Next step will be to take some notes, so tune in to the next video for how to do that.